about it. Ah, Charlemagne. What's up, man? Here's the problem that you got, Charlemagne. And let me say this right now. The problem that Charlemagne has is the fact that this incident that allegedly happened, one thing we know for sure, the police reported something happened to her. That's a fact. That's in the paperwork. What's also out there is that you went and retrieved this underage girl and brought her to the party. You're the only one that was charged of any wrongdoing, Charlemagne. You're the one that supplied the drinks. You're the one who brought this young lady to an environment, her and her friend. That was you. Now, Jessica has stuck to her guns, and because of your power in Hollywood and industries, you've relied on Angela Rye to come after me. You come after Star. You come after all of us. And look what happens. 4 years later, you're right back in it all over again. You said, I didn't do it. But you brag and have audio about all of the things you did do in the past that is very similar to the attack that happened on this young lady. What incident was you talking about? Who was the lady? Oh, Charlamagne know what he did. He know what he did. Ain't no need to discuss it. He came out to me, he came out to Star. We were the ones spearheading and letting people know about the facts about this. He didn't like the pressure, and him and his Hollywood boys played YouTube games. They know what they did. And he called Angela Rye, and it was messing up his HBO deal, which it did. It torpedoed his HBO deal. Now, did Charlamagne ever sue anybody because HBO pulled out of the deal with all this negative press? That cost Charlamagne a lot of money. But all this audio started coming out that he did on the podcast show, The Brilliant Idiots, where you bragged about all of the things that you were doing as far as Spanish Fly and all that other stuff. You was bragging about this. Mm. 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 Now, Jessica has pointed out, and shouts out to Tasha K for doing the interview the right way. They even brought up Choke the Joke. They brought his name up. Because that's exactly, what that guy is a joke. They brought him up to the situation to try to talk to a lawyer to try to see about getting some type of financial compensation, which I found to be interesting based on what was out there. But then, you look at Choke, That's the first and only and main thing that comes to his brain is who got the bag. Yo, I ain't getting no money. Come on, Jessica. I'm doing this because Jessica want to tell her side of the story. So, she wanted to tell her side of the story as to what happened, why she felt what happened to her. And then the public can make their decision. Now, I know there are legal ways in which he could be charged for something. It's a long shot, but it's possible. But with his stretch of lawyers, it would be very difficult for them to achieve that. Charlamagne says it's all lies. And he has the benefit of the doubt on his side. Right? Wrong. Everything this guy has implemented, everything that he's brought up, right? Everything this gentleman has brought up has been sick, disgusting, and foul. This man is attached and associated with some of the most devious human beings on earth. They're into a lot of weird, freaky things. And they used to run iHeartRadio. Charlemagne has an attachment to these people. So, in order for you to have this relationship and attachment to them, they're not going to let you get that close without you being involved also in something freaky and foul. And also, you have bragged about doing this to the very woman you're married to. You bragged with DJ Academics when you sat down with an interview with him. You bragged about the same very things. Right? I don't like Charlemagne because I don't like his brand of entertainment. He's very talented at what he does as far as radio. To being able to promote himself and make it like, without me, things don't move. He made a niche for himself on the radio for being a standout person. But I'm not a fan of his brand of comedy. I don't find that humor soothing for me. Hit the like button, good people. The like button is free. You can hit the like button. It's okay. Now, when you start seeing things that don't make any sense, or things of this nature that just doesn't resonate, well, pay for premium. Then you ain't got to worry about it. Oh, we're going to get to what's going on when we get to the Patreon version of this. Then we can really get uncut. Here we got to be a little PG. So we're going to keep it PG. So Charlotte Lester, Charlotte Lester over here has been getting by, or Charlester has been getting by, right? And ignoring the situation. See, when people have money or they have power, they act like things don't exist. Like you're not big enough to disturb their world. So they don't pay attention to it. Now, if he was innocent, as he claims, he would have put things in motion to shut this down. He thought Angela Rye would shut it all down. Angela Rye is going to be the one to shut it all down. Okay, well, let's hear what Angela Rye had to say. That didn't work. And now, he's basically flip-flopping on the Democratic Party, as he didn't went political and he was trying to get on CNN and do all these different things to interview these people. Now his HBO deal has turned into a Comedy Central deal. Now he's looking to try to stay relevant. The Breakfast Club is really going through a shakeup because it's not that the numbers are good. There's been no growth with the Breakfast Club. This is why Revolt really let them go. Revolt says, why should we pay you money for what you already doing for free? Translation is, this is as big as you guys are ever going to get. You guys aren't going to get any bigger. The Breakfast Club is basically done. It went from entertaining the people and being something cool to something lame and promotional that's like every other show now. Because they're making too much money, now they get all these guests on there and they talk, and the shows are boring now. It's not the same type of show it was before the majors wanted to really mess with it. Right? Such as everything. Success and money can ruin something. Right? Remember how Deezus and Mero used to be before they were on Showtime? And some of the Showtime episodes were great, but wasn't nothing like them Viceland episodes, right? Angelique's not getting out of the boat. She's growing in a different direction. The Breakfast Club is so confused, they're going to have multiple guests on the show and really ruin the show. Instead of finding one person that could be on the Breakfast Club, they're going to find two other people and have rotating guests, like rotating hosts. That's like the 106 and Park nightmare all over again. We're going to have different guests. Yay! And that's going to ruin it. Look, I don't root for the failure of shows, but when Joe Budden left Everyday Struggle and they had Star, I said, oh, wow, this could work with Star, because I know what Star brings to the table. Star was the king of radio. He can hold down the mic. As you can see, as he does on YouTube, by himself. He can hold it all down by himself. Now, what you can't expect, and who the fool was academics for not recognizing we could have had something golden here if I could have curbed my ego. But he couldn't do that. He had to, this is my show. It's my way. So they lost everything. Now, what are you faced with now? Sabotage, betrayal. Now you got Charlamagne out here trying to find a way to make it all work. Everybody on that Breakfast Club are thinking individually. Charlamagne is not thinking what Envy's thinking. He's thinking about Charlamagne's brand. Because he know without him, the whole boat falls apart. The only reason he's still on the Breakfast Club is because the Breakfast Club, iHeartRadio, made a deal telling him to stay there. Part of this network thing he got, the B effect, iHeartRadio owns 49%, Charlamagne owns 51%. So he's like, I'm a majority owner, I'm the owner. No, iHeart owns it, buddy. You just got to be the worker bee. Your face, if this thing fails, it's all because of you. All because of you. It's on your head. Nobody else's. So if everything falls down, fails, and don't work, it's only one person they could blame. Charlamagne. iHeart ain't taking that. You take the responsibility of everything going wrong with the show. If anything was to be reported wrong with the show or that streaming network, it all falls on Charlamagne. And why does it fall on Charlamagne? You might ask, because he owns 51%. iHeartRadio specifically wanted him to have that. But they own 49%, so they get all the money without none of the responsibility. Now, if they bring on other investors, what does it say in the paperwork about who shares dissolve when they bring in other partners? Do they say, hey, we're bringing in a partner, they got to get points? Who loses points, Charlamagne or iHeartRadio? See? All the small print and the things that you don't read be what kicks you in the ass 10 years down the line while you doing all this work, but you want to pretend it's a black-owned streaming service. Ain't no black-owned. iHeart dictates what goes on there. They tell you what shows to put on there, and you just put your face on it. But you want to act as if you're a boss. These are called gatekeepers, ladies and gentlemen. These are the people who are gatekeepers, who feel they could do anything they want. And y'all see Charlamagne now, y'all think it was this Charlamagne that was doing this to this poor young girl. No, this was the burnt chocolate, the other Charlamagne. Not this bleached down for television Charlamagne. Hit the like button, good people. Not that Charlamagne. That Hollywood Charlamagne. He wasn't the one that was there. Yeah, the patch-eyed demon one. The Aries Spears looking Charlamagne. Mm-hmm. So this dude was working for the radio when this thing happened. First mistake. Why are you picking up a 15-year-old girl to bring her to a party with a bunch of other people and you're making them drinks? I'm only saying that because that's what he basically claimed that he did. This is what he was charged for. Providing alcohol for minors. He want this thing to escape because he won't address it. Now he won't address it. Right. You gotta remember what he looked like too. All pudgy, fat dude. They ain't stick the vacuum cleaner up his butt yet. That's what he was looking like. Naturally unhealthy. That's what he looked like. These gatekeepers, their job is to mostly lead you astray. You know? To push you away from those who are really doing the damage. Right? You see, back then when people wouldn't listen, they'll listen now. They'll listen now. That was a 4-hour interview. And in a 4-hour interview, almost, you got this young lady who's really brave to continue this fight, knowing the power that this man has now. It's way different. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh, I remember it better than anybody. Right. When he was a milk dud dude, he was a loser. He was just happened to be talking on the radio. He wasn't making bank like that. He said some of the most outlandish things in the world. that was vulgar, that was foul. Now that he want to change his image, that's cool. But he was old, dusty, crusty looking dude. Dude looked like he just hit a bank. That's what he looked like then. So giving women Spanish fly, according to what he said and admitted to, that's what he looked like then. Now this dude looked like he just did goddamn 3 to 10 or 3 to 9. This is the guy that was buying drinks for 15-year-old girls. Now that guy went and got Hollywood, right? And became this guy with the waxed eyebrows and the bleached skin and the vacuum cleaner up his butt. Getting enemas. That's him. So it ain't the fact that I'm on that. I'm trying to say, when people they can't picture it because they're picturing this guy. This is the guy who got the Hollywood makeover. Now, because he got the Hollywood makeover, he's on now. If you ever see Cino with some waxed eyebrows and some lined up R&B beard and mustache and the hair piece and all that, you be, oh no, they got Cino. They got him with the bag. So you got to picture that's the person she met. This happened before he was the Charlemagne. He just happened to blow up everywhere. He hadn't blown up yet. He was on radio. I don't even think he was working for iHeart. So now that he's trying to change his old shirt, now that he's trying to change his whole shirt and be somebody that don't nobody even know about, he can't keep running from it no more. He gonna have to address it. You gonna have to sue somebody, Charlemagne. But he don't want that attention. He want to think like, I'm too big, it's gonna fade away, it's gonna go. Because Choke was in there and put together the worst VHS video I've ever seen in my life. And talking about my production, my video got it moving. It ain't about you, dummy. It was about her. We didn't care about we was willing to overlook your production because we cared about the words that was coming out of her mouth. But the way you put it out was just sloppy. And because you had a problem with Charlemagne, you put that in front of everything. And now I guess you want to be cool with Charlemagne. Now you coming out dogging her. A woman who you know was assaulted. That just shows you the kind of slime ball Choke is. Choke the joke. Then you got This fool running his mouth. Now, I can understand everybody talking and having an angle, but you Glass House, Funkmaster Flex. Now you gonna open your mouth. You got no grounds. You don't care nothing about that young lady. And I won't let you parade around here and try to use her as the gas so you can get at Charlamagne. Be a man. Well, you ain't never been a man in your life, but for once, be a man and step to Charlamagne on your own. But you ain't gonna do that, because you only hit women, punk. Riding around in the car late at night with Mr. C, talking about we trying to come up with ideas. Ideas for what? Huh, sugar boots? Got too much sugar in your drawers. Funkmaster Flex, aka Fat Master Stank. Been in the same booth for 40 years. They ain't hired nobody to take your job because don't nobody want it. People coming in 2 years and lapped you already. Can't DJ, mixing is all off. Can't rock a party. I ain't never heard nobody say, man, Flex killed that party. Never. Every DJ in New York is better than you. You don't do no shows out of town. Only the Bahamas or something. That's the only thing somebody will let you touch. You won't go to LA because you know what's going to happen if you go to LA. You can't go nowhere. Scared. Running around the tri-state. Can't even leave. Boxed in because of your mouth. Talking and scared to back it. It's all you do. Tupac would have whooped your ass. Talking about people when they dead. Pac said it. They talk a lot of it, but that's after I'm gone. Because they fear me in the physical form. Let it be known I'm troublesome. He was 170 pounds and would have whooped your ass because you a punk. Walking around hitting on women. Your wife jumped up in the middle of the night and left you and filed for divorce immediately. What did she find out? And this is right when Mr. C came out and said he was into the Transformers. And I'm not talking about the Optimus Prime television show. And you was his best friend. You knew. And you over here filming yourself getting lipoed. Got the vacuum cleaner all up in you, and you still fat. How they sucking out all these pounds and you still fat? You done went under that knife about 2-3 times. This dude put it on the internet like he was something proud. Dude then went and got a black permanent marker right now on his damn face to try to make a beard. Looking all sick and retarded. Dude about 60. Acting like he run the New York radio. When do he spin? Anybody from New York in here? New York, stand up. Where y'all at? How is a creep gonna talk about a creep? You a creep, Flex. So how you creep and you gonna talk about another creep? Both of y'all are creeps. You trying to get some pub. You trying to get some pub because his name trending off of this. Yeah, I don't like him. You can't come up in here. Who you mad at, me or yourself? So what? I got fake teeth. Man, look, this dude rode around late at night in the car with Mr. C talking about, we just be talking about life. Mr. C don't talk about life. He ride around at night admitting he's looking for Transformers late at night. But you with him in the car. What happened in the car, Flex? What happened? You out here playing tennis with your turtle shells. So I'll be doggone if I'm gonna sit there and let a punk like you run around here and pretend like you care about Jessica. You don't care nothing about Jessica or her situation. You just wanted to use that as the gas to jump in and start making claims and accusations just to try to throw on Charlamagne. Then why don't you go deliver her some justice then? You want to help Jessica? You could have helped her 4 years ago. You could have helped her 5 years ago. You could have helped the situation because you knew the situation. You wouldn't touch it. But now you riding Tasha K. Shouts out to Tasha K. Why didn't you interview a chump? Because you a punk. And you know I've been calling you out. And I'm going to call you out all the time and expose you. Because you a liar. And a punk. And a woman beater. All of these things, and you're on the air. And I'm saying it because it's factual. I don't have to say allegedly. You're not an alleged woman beater. You are a woman beater. Sue me and see how far you get. Every male who tried to step to you, you took the punk route. You never stepped to no males with no energy. Why is that? You never had one fight. Anybody that tried to fight you, you ran and tried to pay other people to fight for you. Funkmaster Flex. Why did you change your name from Funkmaster Flex to Funk Flex? It's because you went bankrupt? The trademark went bankrupt? Trying to rebrand yourself? Huh, Punk Flex? Or is it because I called you Fat Master Steak? Oh, you don't like it when the spotlight's on you. Messed up Dipset. You thought you was gonna bring Dipset back to go against Jay-Z. That was your plan? Everything you got behind, you screwed up. Clue lapped you. DJ Self lapped you. Rest in peace to K Slay. He was whooping you. You offered him a job at Hot 97 because he was defeating you and you wanted them songs. How this man get ether and you didn't? Then you went and kissed Nas' ass right after that. Like, come on, Nas, we cool. And Nas came up there on the strength of you. And then y'all played him at Summer Jam. And he ain't speak to your ass again. Do you understand? I know more. And we gonna go on the Patreon and really roast you. The Casino for Life Patreon is gonna be lit. You think this is something? Oh, we gonna really get into him. Pause. Oh yeah, we gonna really get into you, Fat Master Stank. We gonna go into your little fruity, zesty ass tennis and your turtle shoes. Tennis and your turtle shells. That what you doing out there? What you doing with your zesty swing? Yeah, I know about you, punk. So you opening your mouth about Charlamagne don't mean nothing over here to me. You know that. You know I don't ride. That ain't gonna ride with me. Everybody else gonna ride the wave and start ranting and singing your praises. But I know all the damage you've done in this business and to people who was really doing the work. And you putting your name on it, trying to steal credit, doing every damn thing. And you a cake boy. What happened with you and Mr. C? Why your wife leave you in 32 minutes? And Mr. C comes clean, your wife bags is packed. She left you in a heartbeat. Did you tell her? While you was playing tennis in your turtle shells with your little fruity swing. Them tennis players be getting money. Oh man, this is what I'm talking about. This is why New York hip hop is destroyed. Because you got this fool walking around out here. How they stick the vacuum cleaner up your butt all that time and you still fat. How? They were poking you in the armpits everywhere to get him back skinny. We going into that. You sitting over there going through the needle. Man, they finna hit me with the needle again. All the marks in there, going under your underarm. And you videotaping it. I'm going back under the doggone long tube. For what? Now you out here looking like Draymond Green. All this to try to stay in the game. You got to try to stay in the game now. You only finna become fat once more. Hit the like button, good people. You finna be Fat Master Stank again, no, very soon. You gonna be right back fat. All these dudes doing this stupid. Y'all don't know what y'all doing, ruining y'all bodies with that. But that's Hollywood. He afraid to let that spotlight go. He trying to hold on to the fact that he's a staple in New York. They let you believe that. They let you believe you matter. You don't matter, dog. You don't matter in New York. Nobody checking for flex. They only keep you because you a relic and they ain't got to pay you nothing extra. They like you paying them basically just to keep that job. Don't nobody want it. Dog, anybody from New York in here? Who from New York in here? Oh, we covered Charlamagne. That was the first 30 minutes. This next one is roasting this beast. Anybody from New York in the building? Big Gibbs is in here. If New York in the building, tell me what time do Flex spin his records? In New York. When he come on Hot 97, what time is he spinning in New York? Gibbs says 7 p.m. on Thursday. 7 p.m. He be out there spinning at 3 in the damn morning. Dude be up at 3 in the morning spinning records. Ain't nobody checking for no damn Flex. What new songs did he release that came out exclusively on Flex? When he let people come up there and freestyle, that was the only time. Other than that, nobody dealing with Flex. Who is he putting on? Who did he let come up there in the booth and they blew up because they was on Flex? Seven to midnight. 7 o'clock to midnight. Right, late. That's what I'm saying, late. Everybody else get it early. Everybody know from 7 to like midnight, you might get some people that's late night listening to that. Other than that, they not listening to that on no weekday. They doing stuff already. People, the best time to get on radio is the mornings. The morning shows is where the money's at. That's why you got Hot 97 Radio, Ebro, them, they in the morning. Because that's when people are going to work. The people that matter, they going to work. The second shift people, they already at work. They's taking over at 4 or 5 o'clock. So they already at work by the time 7 o'clock hit. They already at the work. Giz, that's because you probably 40. Giz, you 40. That's why you listening to Flex. I don't listen to no damn Flex. I would never listen to him, especially if I got a choice. If I'm in New York, I definitely ain't listening to him. If I got Red Alert, I got another DJ that come on another station, I ain't listening to no Flex. One, he can't DJ. Two, his sex is off. Everything about him, he's a rip-off of everybody else's stuff, and he don't even know how to mix it right or blend it right. Kid Capri will slaughter him any day of the week. He wouldn't even take the versus stage with him because he'll get slaughtered. Red Alert is better than Flex. Red Alert is only with him because Red Alert is, but he's cool with Kid Capri also. But Red Alert can't deal with Kid Capri. And Red Alert is good. Big Cap is who he stole all this stuff from. Flex stole all this stuff from Cap. Rest in peace, Big Cap. Clue is dope. Mad dope. But to me, DJ Self got either better or just as good as Clue. Hell, Envy is probably better than Flex. They're probably on the same level. Envy, I would say, is up there though. But he really ain't all that. Especially back then. In those days, Envy used to suck. He probably got better. I haven't seen or heard about an Envy set in over 10 years, to be honest. So he could have gotten better. But Envy used to be very suspect. Foxy Brown, he mad at Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown was like, you can't DJ. Def Jam gave me you. She had her own DJ. She ain't deal with him. He was not part of her team. They put him as the DJ and he was screwing it up. So she wouldn't want him on the tour. So of course everybody got a bonus except for you. She wasn't paying you. She's like, Def Jam pay you. You ain't part of my team. You over there like, I still don't like Foxy Brown. You know, I did all this. I carried all the equipment and all that. You the DJ. Tell Def Jam. So you on there crying and pouting like a little girl? Beige, right? He was beige raging his whole life. We knew all about him. When he tried to play gangster, speeding and all this stuff, and he got a badge from his daddy, a pass that he can't even get a ticket. So everybody knew he was the police. Way back then. His dad was an active police officer then. He wasn't even retired yet. I know, right? And everybody want to talk about what's the next move. What's the next move? Radio is done. Radio is done. Radio is done, but as far as because the music is done. But talk radio has always been popping. Talk radio has always ruled the airwaves. Talk radio did more than any music station has ever done. AM radio stations used to kill FM radio stations because they had talk radio. How you think Howard Stern and all those dudes, they walking around here with $25 million deals? Back then, 18, 20 million. They don't make no records. They talking over the radio. Talk radio ruled everything. Now music is dead. The whole music world is dead. It's played out. No matter if it's R&B, country, all the music is played. You know why? Because no one puts an effort to make the project last. They don't even promote it anymore. There's no promotion for these records. They come out for a week, and then after that, it's done. Beyonce put out an album, and she's supposed to be the queen bee. She got on a crystal horse, unicorn horse, or whatever on the album cover. Ain't nobody talked about a damn song on that album. When they gonna talk about it? Everybody's scared to say what I already know. It flopped. Her album flopped. So talk radio has always been the play. How you think YouTube blew up? It wasn't because of music. YouTube blew up because people was making videos talking. Debates. Before ESPN and them changed their format to start doing First Take and all those debate shows now, every show is a First Take. Every show now is a First Take. There's no more variety no more. No more Real Sports Center no more. You can't get that. I'm like, damn, they used to talk about sports. Now everything's a debate show. Now that just all turned and made a name for it and call it podcasting. And now everybody's a podcast. Be two people talking, now it's a podcast. I had the Real Brothers. We was going to do the Real Brothers and turn that into a podcast. That would have been crazy. We were ahead of everybody. But when you have the vision and everybody else don't, you can't save everybody. My boys start thinking dollar signs and, and where's the money? And I'm like, oh, we really was just talking. It wasn't really no money yet. So I'm like, ain't no money yet. Nobody was really knocking, but we was building. I'm like, we building an audience for this show. So if this ever gets made, we would have been rolling by now. Can you imagine us, the Real Brothers show? Now, we would have killed the game. But like I said, not everybody has your vision. And when you know and you see it right away, you don't go and get involved. Yeah, there's songs you like. But even the songs you like, you're going to forget about it in 10 minutes. They don't even stick to you. You listen to it and then you be like, all right, it's over. And that's that. You might play it for a week, maybe. And then you done. And then there's so much music just dropped. It'd be like, oh, such and such dropped. It's out. You got to go check that out. I'll be forgetting because it's so much. It's so vast. It's not like in the days. This is why when the CDs and all that died, that was going to destroy the music business when they made it streaming. When you make something easier, you lessen something. You lessen. It loses something. It loses its innate value. When you start making things easy to acquire or easy, it loses that connection. Going to grab a CD, putting that CD in the CD player and listening to it, it's an entirely different effect than just hitting it on Spotify or whatever, just hitting the button and all this. There's no real personal connection. You just listening to songs and a playlist and all this stuff. It don't connect. You listen to the song, blah, 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 and that's it. Don't have that same feeling. I don't need anybody to do a show with me. I'm just saying, this is somebody I know. So for me to do a Real Brothers with him, it's easier to do it with somebody I know. So we know we got our own connections, we ride each other vibe. If you listen to the first Real Brothers we did or the second, you listen to those, you can tell right away we've been knowing each other 30, 40 years. So the stuff we talking about, we can have a whole conversation about a whole nother subject, and I could pick up on all his little sayings, he pick up on all mine, because we use movie quotes that most of me and him know that y'all don't probably even know they movie quotes, and he'll just pick up on it on the next line and just run that down. So it's like movies we didn't seen, 48 Hours, Trading Places. We use famous quotes in there to us that we take and we run with it. And if I say, it's all mine, he know exactly what movie that come from. He knows exactly what he gonna say after that. I probably know what he finna follow with right after that. That was from Get Shorty, by the way. Yeah, exactly. And I'll be like, look, he ain't nothing but a crook on a weekend pass. If I say somebody is a crook on a weekend pass, That just means basically, if I say, man, he's just a crook on a weekend pass, that normally means right away he knows that's 48 hours. So he gonna say the next line or something that goes right along with that or something. It's like a vibe. So it's not like doing a show with somebody you don't know. But he's the type of person that has to see it. And then he can go ahead and do something. Like say I had the show, it was called this, the Real Brothers show. We got the podcast, the microphones, and everything. Then he'll say, "Oh, okay, all right, now it's set up. Okay, let's go do it." He can't. He don't have the vision to see and and visualize what it is, and then go there. He's the guy that set it all up. I do this, which basically I had to do all the work anyway. I got to do all the editing, all that. All he got to do is just talk. That's it. Just talk. I got to chop stuff out. I got to chop, to make it, so it's listenable. I got to do all the editing work. So that's the other hours of work for me. Oh yeah, hit the like button, good people. Thank you, Miss Thrower. And if y'all new here, don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to get on my Patreon, Carcino for Life, because I'm really finna roast that dude, man. Big boy finna get it, and so is Charlotte. The Patreon version is gonna be so much ugly. So much ugly. Because then we get to go into stuff that I can't get in trouble for over there. It's just, over here, I know they coming. Yeah, just by making this video, we've helped Jessica Reed. Absolutely, we did. Because Jessica Reed's story is going to continue to travel. And Charlamagne, you're going to have to address it. You can't keep saying, I'm just going to say this one time and just be done. Well, you're going to have to sue then because it keeps coming back and you ain't saying nothing. Man, the music game has been, hip hop is the one that suffered the most. Out of all this, hip hop is the one that suffered the most. Nobody has suffered more than hip hop. And that is the truth. Out of all the music and the streaming, they bootlegged our music. They didn't want anything to do with it until they wanted to start having something to do with it. They wanted to start taking people money and going from there. They wanted to try to make everything a reality. They wanted to make it all a reality. I want them to understand something. Whether it's true or false, if it's false, um, it was one of the best interviews Tasha K has ever done. She's improving her brand. I mean, early on, I really didn't listen to too much Tasha K because I felt she was way too much into the other side of the controversy. But now, since she's kind of an insider, you know, I felt she did a great job. This new setup, I don't know How do you get sued for millions of dollars, but you coming out doing all this? I'm like, damn, did she get a raise from Cardi B? What the hell happened? Well, this woman was actually attacked. And Charlemagne has said this and told this story numerous of times, and he made mistakes by saying too much in his stories. That really makes it look fishy, because you don't know who he talking to, and you like, oh, this is somebody else, and they mixing the story up. That was about a whole nother person who I've drugged. It's like, whoa, dude, you saying a whole lot of stuff that's making you look mad suspect, bruh. For real. It was making him look mad suspect. So definitely check out the interview and listen to her. Don't listen to what I had to say. Listen to what she had to say. Listen to what listen what Tasha K and Jessica Reed actually said themselves. And I'm liking the setup. Her setup is nice. She got her setup right. Absolutely. Of course not. But that's people following up on all the nonsense. So naturally, this is going, like I said, it's going to matter for about a couple of weeks, and then people going to move on to something else. That's about the Ari Spears thing question he said in the chat. Charlemagne is playing the game. That's been there for a long time. Like, he's been playing the I'm not going to address it game. It's going to go away game. If you really innocent and you done your part in this whole situation, you know what you do? You know what you do? You sue. I was trying to see if y'all were gonna catch on to it, but it is. As Choke started hating it, I don't know what Choke did. Choke the joke is something. Mm-hmm. No, I never saw that. What I saw was a difference from what other people were saying to how people are now. You know, you're looking at a situation where Charlemagne has made multi millions of dollars. Would he had this career, had that really stuck to him like that? Do you realize he's the only human being that was charged in that situation? He was the only one that got charged. Oh, Charlemagne went live? I mean, not Charlemagne, but Kwame went live? I mean, what are you really saying though? No, I've never felt like that. What I felt like is that Charlemagne is a gatekeeper, and he's going to do whatever master tells him to do. He bleached his skin. He got the doggone back and cleaned up his butt. He started drinking the right stuff they told him to drink, and now he's doing anything they ask and request of him to do. Uh, a lot of them shows are like that, B. That's why nobody really gets involved in it and go the whole full. They don't go the full 9 yards. Van Lathan, he blew up because of Kanye West. He was working at TMZ. He was just one of the nobodies at TMZ. So he challenged Kanye West about what he actually said about black people and slavery. And that was about what, 4 years ago? He went viral and he been riding that wave for the last 4 years. But before that, who was Van Lathan? But now they act like Van Lathan is the end all be all, right? He's a major player in the game. You see how they fool you? These dudes are all part of the game and the system. And once he thought he was bigger than TMZ and thought he should be getting paid what the other brother with the dreadlocks get, because he had all this buzz and interest, TMZ showed him we don't really need you. Bye bye. We'll get another one next year. It's another brother waiting to take your spot. You know why? Because he wasn't taking it from behind like the rest of them. See, the rest of them is cool with taking it from behind. Van got to get used to that. He tried to be a man. Can't do that. All right. Go along, get along. Go along, get along. Oh, Cardi B was on hip hop. That's when I first saw Cardi B. She was on that Hip Hop Love New York. Now I didn't see a lot of it. I was too busy trying to suck breasts. While, while the girl who I was dealing with was watching this crap back then. But that's when I first saw Cardi B and I saw Self. And I'm like, Self, what the hell is DJ Self doing on this? That's what got my attention. I said, Self is on here. And I'm like, he with a Latino chick, and then it's this ratchet chick coming in here and start going off. What you talking about? I know what I'm doing, and I just, you don't know what you talking to. I'm like, who is this little chihuahua chick going off? And it ended up being Cardi B, and I'm like, her teeth is jacked. And yeah, her bottom teeth was jacked up, like somebody hit her in the mouth or something, or she was chewing bottles or something. Cardi B teeth was used to be jacked, had them ragged Bronx teeth. And her whole forehead was like bumps everywhere, all over her face. I was like, whew. She don't look nothing like herself, like what she used to now. Now I wouldn't touch her with a 3-foot pole. Her teeth, that's probably the only thing that's nice. I wouldn't want nothing. I'm afraid her arms ain't even real. Them things might be plastic too. I'll be, damn, you got your arms done? Damn. This ain't even your real arm. No, it's some chick. She really Puerto Rican though. But it look like my arm don't it? I'll be like, damn. Is anything on you real anymore? This is oh, Polo G, yeah. He buy cars for somebody I know. But I ain't gonna say nothing else. Well, what he want to do is change his whole shirt. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know, I get it. Right. What happened to R&B? It's very simple. What happened to R&B is this, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to be real about it. What happened to R&B is the fact that those guys wanted to be rappers too. R&B and rap, the lines got crossed with New Edition and all those guys. They started to cross over what was the New Jack Swing and the rap and hip hop, the more up tempo to where the soul was lost. And then people who actually sung about actual real music and harmonize and all of those things that was thrown out the window. It was all for fast pop dance music, and that became what R&B was all about. R&B is dead because people wanted to not sing. You got a bunch of people who didn't sing, and when they took music out of the schools, you had people who had great voices, but it never was materialized or turned into vocalists. They had the pipes, but didn't take care of it, and they started drinking and smoking and doing everything else, and they ruined their vocal cords. That's why most of the vocalists came out of church choirs because they got choir rehearsal. They practiced, they learned how to sing and vocalize notes and harmonize. They can do every song that you can think of. That's why Whitney Houston, all the great singers normally sung in the choir first. So the whole thing is this. R&B fell into the wrong hands. It got real screwed up at that time. Got real screwed up because now you're looking at a situation, what I'm saying, where you have all the R&B people are now in today's time, they're all gang members. They rapping, singing, and gang banging all on the R&B record. That sounds just like the rap record. Now the rappers are doing mixed R&B with rap, and now you're confused. What's R&B now? So it is no R&B. Everything's just rap. Or they just say it's all hip hop, so it don't even matter. Well, damn. No, R&B was gone way before Auto Tools even came around. R&B has been gone for years. Like, and we're talking about 20 years. There's been no real R&B for 20 years. Probably even longer than that. No, songs, real R&B music was about soul, feelings, love, appreciation. You don't have that no more. He said it's now called neo soul. No, that's what I'm saying. That neo soul is got some, but that's like Afrocentric more like. You know, it's no more love. Everything about sex and screwing. That's it. Girl, I love the way you suck me off. I'll be like, what? People didn't even talk like that when they knew it. They had words to express themselves. I'm just loving the way you love it on me. They had a whole different philosophy. Now it's just all about let's just go to bed. All the songs are crazy. You, me, and your friend makes three. I mean, songs are crazy. Your mama keep on flirting with me. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen is this version of what's supposed to be hip hop R&B. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'm gonna get ready because I gotta start preparing for right, I gotta start absolutely, sir. I gotta start preparing for the Patreon version. So I wanna make sure they get the real version while we still got the gas. Cause yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. Trust me. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new. The Casino for Life Patreon is up to date. Thanks for everybody who super chatted. And I am out. My Cash App too is Carcino, Karceno with $ KACR. You'll see Casino for Life on it. You'll see the green shirt I'm wearing, so you'll know that's me. So I'm out.